Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here for this press conference. Due to what is happening on the federal level, there certainly is a trickle-down effect here locally, and we have needs and must do our best to fill them. To talk about these needs and our efforts are from Second Harvest Food Bank, Stephanie Palacios. We have Kelly Astro from the United Way, Heart of Central Florida. We have Eric Gray from the Christian Service Center for the Homeless. And we're also so happy to have with us from District 1, Commissioner Nicole Wilson, and Commissioner from District 4, Commissioner Gomez Cordero. To start us off, we will have Mayor Demings bring us our opening comments. Mayor?
All right, thank you, Dr. Williamson. Thank you to all of you for joining us today. We are here today to call attention to a looming national crisis that could have a profound impact on our community if we're not prepared, namely the suspension of benefits on Saturday of the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, better known across America as SNAP. There's an ongoing federal government issue related to the shutdown. In other words, recipients of SNAP benefits will have to go without due to a lack of federal funding. What we're trying to do as a community is make certain that we fill that gap to the extent that we can and prepare for a crisis that could occur. We are optimistic that the federal government and Congress will take some action to preclude that from happening this weekend. But if they don't, 175,000 Orange County residents are SNAP recipients, which may surprise many of you here within this room. The program provides food for families, including the elderly, veterans, disabled persons, and children. I'm joined by our community partners who are here to offer their support, and through that of the county, through our normal budget process, we want to begin to address these issues. Our current budget has allocated $5.3 million to the Second Harvest Food Bank. You're going to hear from a representative of Second Harvest in just a moment. One thing I like about living in Orange County is that we are a compassionate community. We come together when we need to during a crisis. And that's what we're asking us to do today, is as a community, let us come together. We want to make certain that we continue our efforts should the SNAP benefits end. Orange County invests over $90 million to serve over 500 programs that support children and families. I would like you to hear from our partners about how dire the situation could be without replacement funding. At this time, Ms. Stephanie Palacios from the Second Harvest Food Bank is here to talk more about what they are experiencing. And so with that, I'm going to ask our speakers to kind of come forward and share with you details about what they offer in this community.
Good afternoon. My name is Stephanie Palacios, and I work at Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Florida. If you're not familiar with Second Harvest, we are the largest domestic hunger relief organization in Central Florida. Last year, we distributed over 82 million meals to Central Florida residents. And with an ongoing partnership with Orange County, we continue to support our 395 partner agencies right here in Orange County, and we distributed over 35 million meals to Orange County residents. To talk about the scale of what SNAP does, Second Harvest is a healthy organization that distributed 82 million meals. But for every meal that the food bank provides, SNAP provides 9. That is simply a gap that we cannot fill by Saturday. However, with every funding that we get, with every piece of investment that we get from the community, we will source additional food, and we will move that food through our partner agencies, just like the Christian Service Center behind me with Eric Gray. Any investment in the food bank, we will leverage those funds to source more food, and we are committed to supporting Orange County residents and Central Florida residents during this time. One thing I want to direct your attention to is if you are in need of help, please visit our website, feedhopenow.org and click Find Help. Our Food Finder tool will allow you to locate a pantry near you and will also give you their telephone number and their address and their hours of operation. If you need help, help is here. Please reach out. I want to introduce Kelly Astro from the Heart of Florida United Way.
Thank you, Stephanie, and thank you, Mayor, for bringing us together today and for your leadership in making sure that Orange County families have access to accurate, timely information during this difficult moment. At Heart of Florida United Way, one of our most vital community services is our 211 information and referral line. It is a simple 3-digit number that anyone can call, text, or chat online to find help where they need it most. Our 211 service operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and can be translated into a wide variety of different languages because we know that challenges don't stop at 5 p.m. Every call is answered by a highly trained specialist who listens with care and will connect individuals and families to the right resources. Behind every one of those connections is a network of nearly 3,000 verified community resources across Central Florida, including food assistance, housing assistance, mental health care, and much more. Our team works daily to keep that information accurate and up to date so that when someone reaches out to us through 211, they can trust that the help that they receive is accurate and available. In the past 90 days alone, 211 has made more than 1,600 referrals for Orange County residents seeking food assistance. We know that those numbers are likely to grow as the SNAP benefits change takes effect, which makes partnerships like these and today's message so important. So to anyone who might be worried about putting food on the table or finding support, you are not alone. Help is just a call, a text, or a click away. Dial 211, text 211, or visit 211.org to connect with someone who will listen and who will help guide you to the resources you need. And now I'm going to turn it over to Eric Gray from the Christian Service Center.
My grandfather used to say this saying that I hadn't really thought about in a while. That was, when your neighbor's house is on fire, you don't quibble about the cost of the garden hose. And that's kind of the place we find ourselves right now. I was just saying to Mayor Demings, I don't know if I'm being Chicken Little here or not, but it feels as if this is an inflection point for the entire country when you have 40 million people that might go without food benefits. Mayor Demings put some numbers to it, and I just want to reinforce much of what Mayor Demings said, which was that we have 175,000 individuals, adults and children, that in Orange County will not get any money on a prepaid card that they normally have access to that you can use at the grocery store. You can't buy prepared food with it. You just buy food that's produce. Most of the food banks in our community focus on boxed goods, canned goods, things of that nature. They don't always have access to meats and cheeses and milks and fruits. And so we really do rely on this program for a significant percentage of the community. Mayor Demings said in a forum at West Orange Chamber of Commerce a couple of weeks ago, we have 1,511,000 residents in Orange County, is that right? And to have a measurable percentage of those people not know how they're going to pay for food is an extremely concerning statistic. It also affects housing as well. My organization focuses mostly on the homeless, and we'll certainly have some problems with our guests and clients as well because many of them also receive SNAP benefits. But what happens is if you're having to make a decision between buying food and paying for rent, it's a really tough decision. And that's the decision that many families are going to be faced with. About 113,000 families here in Orange County alone sometime in the next 32 days. So you're also maybe not aware of how this process works because why should most people? But when you're asking for assistance on something like rent so you're not evicted, for which we have 16,000 evictions that happened last year here in Orange County, you often have to prove your income. And that income isn't just employment income, it includes things like SNAP benefits. And if you don't have those benefits and you can't prove that income, you can't get assistance. And so those one-off situations that are emergencies are now becoming more emergent because of this particular decision. I'm so proud of being asked to be here today. I'm so honored. I'm just so happy and proud to be here with Mayor Demings, with Commissioner Cordero, with Commissioner Wilson. This is a great group of people that really do have everyone's best interest at heart throughout the entire community. Mayor Demings isn't just mayor of the people who agree with him, he's mayor for everybody. And this is one of those times where we really do have to come together as one and figure it out, which is why I'm not calling on people to make donations of food. I'm asking you to run a food drive. This is one of those times. This isn't good enough to just say we need a can of food that you bring to work. We need every business in the community. We need every church, every mosque, every temple, every Little League baseball team, every neighborhood association, and every Boy Scout and Girl Scout troop to be organizing food drives right now, this weekend. That's the kind of sense of enormity that we're feeling right now. That's the size and scope of this that we're at. Hopefully, there's a last-minute win. Somebody comes in and fixes this at the last minute. But right now, I don't feel we can really count on a Hail Mary at the end. So I'm really proud that Mayor Demings is calling on the state to enact a few things that they actually have the ability to do. The state of Virginia just did this, and I think it's possible for Florida to do what Washington, D.C. doesn't seem capable of doing right now. Just want to call out again some of what you already heard. The Second Harvest Food Bank here in Central Florida is part of a national organization, but what most people in our community might not know is they are widely recognized as one of the top 5 food banks anywhere in the United States. It's a highly, highly dignified, credible organization. Highly encourage anybody that is not able to make donations of food or run a food drive to really consider making a donation at the feedhopenow.org website. United Way as well. The Heart of Florida United Way is one of the best recognized United Way agencies anywhere in the United States. Our leader, Jeff Hayward, is one of the most recognized United Way leaders anywhere in the country. And so you have resources that we can lean on, but we got to really lean on them. We got to support them. And this is one where everybody in the community that has the capacity to make a $5, $50, or $150 gift, we need you to do it today, not tomorrow, not Saturday when it caps out. It needs to happen today because we can't wait any longer. So thank you for allowing me a few moments to express the need. I really appreciate everybody coming just to hear us talk about it. I'm a little scared, I'll be honest, and I'm not sure if my worry is correct, but when you get phone calls at my organization that really mirror what we get after a hurricane, with people worried about where food's going to come from, I start to get concerned, and my team's concerned, and so I'm so happy that Mayor Demings has put out this call for action because we have the best mayor in the state. So thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. What I would tell you is that on top of the circumstances surrounding the suspension of the SNAP program, we now have many Floridians whose families are impacted by the Hurricane Melissa in the Caribbean, and many of their family members are going to need help. Today I received some phone calls from organizations and individuals asking what can Orange County do. Orange County really isn't set up to provide assistance internationally within other countries, but that's the job of the federal government really to do so. My concern is about primarily the residents of Orange County, but we are also sensitive to what is happening around us. And we'll provide you some information regarding the different hurricane relief organizations that if you want to support the efforts that may be underway in the Caribbean by this recent storm, Melissa, there are legitimate websites and organizations that you can give to for those purposes. Later today, Orange County will put up on its website a list of those agencies that have been vetted, that are official organizations that are set up to be able to handle donations that support those in needs internationally. It's a list of them. I won't go down that list at this time. But what I do also want to acknowledge is those federal workers across our community, those who may be working at the airport, who have various challenges. To those families, I want you to know that Orange County already has a number of programs for emergencies to assist those individuals. If you are one of those that having some challenges meeting your food needs or other needs here locally, you can always call the United Way number, just 3 numbers, 211. And you will see a number of organizations or hear about a number of organizations that can help support you. We provide some funding through the county to different organizations to be able to assist our residents. In addition, because of the lurking crisis that we're talking about potentially today, I will be sending a letter to Governor DeSantis asking the governor to do what he can do to access any state emergency funds as preemptive should the SNAP funding end this weekend. I'm asking them to work with our local governments on whatever the response needs to be for the entire state of Florida so that we take care of Florida residents. And with that, I will be asking our Board of County Commissioners to support an effort that I intend to advance forward, and that is from our budget to look at allocating an additional $1 million to assist with any issues that may be unknown that could impact our families here as a result of the SNAP suspension program, suspension of the SNAP program. And so with that, this concludes the press conference for today. I will, if media has any specific questions at this time, we'll entertain just a few of them. Do you have any questions? Okay. We got to mic you up since we're covering it live. Thank you.
Thank you. I know you've been dealing with federal cuts this year to your program. Are you in a position to weather the storm? Like, have you already been kneecapped and now this is coming on top of it? Like, what was the climate there that you've been dealing with and now you have to deal with this?
So if we receive additional funds, we can get additional food. We need additional funding to source more food, and we can absolutely scale up. Not 9 times, but we can absolutely scale up.
Thank you. Justin Shecker from West 2. Mayor, good to see you. In this letter to the governor, will you be suggesting that the state of Florida essentially enact an emergency funding program like the state of Virginia? Can you tell us more about the details, what you're going to be asking of Governor DeSantis?
Yes, that's precisely it. I know that the Florida government and the Florida governor has the opportunity to look within their budget to see if there are discretionary dollars that can be brought forward to assist in this potential crisis. Much like what we're doing here in Orange County, we're looking within our budget to see what we can do to assist Orange County residents. But if the suspension of the SNAP program goes on for days or weeks, that will certainly surpass our ability from any local government level to deal with that. And that will require likely assistance by the state and our federal government going forward. So I'm just prayerful that those in Washington will come to an agreement soon to avoid this calamity across America. Okay. All right, with that, thank you all very much for coming. You'll hear more and look forward to Orange County's website to provide additional information about where you may be able to give for hurricane relief and other programs. Thank you.